I'm an alien. Probably so are you, because we are all aliens. Life did not begin here on Earth. Nothing you see around you originated here, none of it. Billions of years after this universe came into being, this planet, it was just a cloud of swirling dust. Over hundreds of millions of years, that dust slowly gathered itself into a sphere. Its core was, and still is, as hot as the sun. Millions of asteroids, if not billions, bombarded the virgin Earth, causing massive volcanic eruptions and deep, burning craters. It looked like hell. It was hell. Over time, the Earth cooled, but the asteroids, they did not stop coming. And that was a good thing. A good thing because many of them, they were covered in ice. The ice melted and became water. Yet more asteroids came by the tens of thousands. And some of them, they carried bacteria. The bacteria found the water and they formed plant life. From that came an atmosphere, and after just a few million more years, that atmosphere became strong enough to deflect those very same asteroids or burn them up before they could do any real damage. So what happens next? Fast forward another few 100 million years or so, and something, God knows what, slithers out of that primal swamp. And voila, life on Earth. But that's not the kind of alien that interests you, is it? No. No, you want to know about the skinny little grey guys. You know the sort, and the weird orbs of light. The ones that mess up your car engine, mess with your radio, and chase terrified women down dark country roads in the middle of the night. That kind of alien, yes? Alright, aliens then. Who are they? What are they? Where exactly do these people or creatures or entities, where do they come from and what do they want? These sound like perfectly reasonable questions, and God knows you've all been asking those same questions long enough. But isn't this a dead end? It's like asking, where do people come from? You know, did people evolve, spring up in the Garden of Eden, dodging the antics of a serpent, jump out of an Anunnaki test tube? We've heard that one a few times. Or simply shoot forth from their father's loins. Did they come from Africa, India, Russia, China, the US, or creep out of the jungles of Vietnam? The truth is, they probably did all of those things. So what of aliens? Do they come from outer space? Do they come from other dimensions, other realities? Are they time travelers from Earth's own future? Or perhaps the future of some other planet? Zeta Reticuli is a common example, often used by ufologists. Maybe they come from the distant past. Do they even exist at all? Or are they some kind of projection conjured from the deep dark shadows of our own collective psyche? I have some cats here helping me along, by the way. Perhaps they're a replacement for religion, or even for God himself. Just like you humans, all of these things are true, and I know that's going to offend all you guys who cling to their cherished notion of alien origins. Everybody has their own spin on this. What it is, what it ain't. The skeptics, the nuts and bolts UFO guys, and everybody with an opinion halfway between. But that's how it is. There is no one single source of origin for what Terran culture call aliens, because they come from a whole myriad of different sources. Some are just spheres of light or exist in forms so abstract that the limits of human perception simply cannot begin to perceive. They haven't got a clue, much less comprehend them. Others look a little like you, inasmuch they have arms and legs, perhaps your classic alien grey, whilst other aliens, they look exactly like you. That fact is perhaps not especially surprising. They've certainly spent enough time cross-engineering their DNA with human DNA to make damn sure that they look like you. Believe me. You sit beside one of these guys on the bus and you would never tell the difference, unless, of course, you had an extremely well-developed sixth sense. The kind of sixth sense that you tend to only find in professional psychics and shaman, that sort of thing. Governments, whatever the hell that word actually means these days, if indeed it means anything at all, the corporate puppets, they don't leave it to chance. They have specially developed technologies, usually airborne from a helicopter, and they can point this at a crowd. That device will identify the off-world or non-terrestrial entities that walk among you. Partly from difference in their heat signature, and also certain chemical differences. Think of it like this. The diesel revenue guy. He's out there on the interstate highway. They point their little gadget at your car exhaust, and they know straight away whether you're street legal or if you're running on some, concoction of moonshine mixed with goose fat. Or you can look this way. You can look at the stars in the sky. You can't count them, and that should be all the evidence you need to realize the sheer scale of possibilities that the human race is looking at here. Aliens, they come from everywhere. Other time zones, other worlds, other realities, other dimensions, under the ground, bases on the moon, bases in our solar system, especially the moons around Jupiter and Saturn, and a trillion other places for which there do not even exist words to describe them. And yes, some do travel here in solid body starships of varying shapes and sizes. Believe me, I know, I have seen plenty. And just for the record, I was born pretty damn close to Rendlesham Forest, which kind of helps. But who the hell are you? I hear you screech. How can this guy, whoever he is, simply declare as fact a whole string of issues over which the greatest minds in science and ufology have been arguing and debating for decades? They're still doing it too, still wrangling to this very day. Well, indulge me. Let's imagine, only imagine now, just for argument's sake, I am one of those things you call an alien. How would you know I was not? We've already established those on the inside are aware that many alien species, they look just like you. Human, both male and female. I have green eyes, that's a common alien trait, like a reptile, but how long would you have to watch me day and night just to try and catch a glimpse of these turning snake eyes? Maybe you could set up a hidden camera, the sort that never seem to work when aliens are around, and find out if I try to eat the occasional rat or drink the blood of a virgin. So what is an alien exactly? Who is an alien? How do they get here? You've been asking those exact same questions since Roswell in 1947, and after 75 years it's getting old, very old, so maybe you've been asking the wrong question. And perhaps the right question is, what is it we are really asking? That is to say, what is it we really want to know? The answer? Who are we really? Who are you really? And is there more to life than just the vessel in which we live and this world that we see around us?
Remember, only those who click like and subscribe will survive the coming